Get ready to meet Buster, a super loyal dog with a very important job, delivering lunch. But what happens when a whole pack of hungry pups wants a taste? Find out in Buster's Big Lunch Delivery.
Every sunny morning, a brave and loyal dog named Buster had a very important job. He was a medium-sized golden retriever with soft brown eyes and a tail that wagged with purpose. His master, a kind old baker, trusted Buster to deliver his delicious lunch to him at the workshop far across town. Buster happily carried a wicker basket filled with the most wonderful smells, carefully placed between his strong jaws. He knew how much his master relied on him, and he loved being helpful. Oh, the smells. Warm crusty bread, savory roasted chicken, and sometimes even a sweet, jam-filled pastry. Buster's nose twitched, and his tummy rumbled a tiny bit with every step he took. The tantalizing aromas swirled around him, making his mouth water. Still, Buster knew his duty. He held the basket with unwavering focus, reminding himself that this was for his beloved master. His loyalty was strong, even stronger than any delicious scent. Soon, other dogs in the neighborhood began to notice Buster's daily routine. From behind fences and bushes, small, scruffy Spike, with wiry black fur, and sleek, black-furred Bella watched with keen eyes. They whispered among themselves, their ears perked up, as the delightful scents wafted past them. What in the world is Buster carrying, they wondered, their tails giving slight, curious wiggles. Their tummies, just like Buster's, started to dream of delicious treats. One day, Spike, a small, scruffy terrier with wiry black fur, darted out from behind a mailbox, trying to playfully snatch the basket. Buster, a medium-sized, fluffy golden retriever, let out a soft warning growl, gently tightening his hold. Another time, Bella, a sleek, black-furred Doberman, tried to distract him with a friendly bark and a playful pounce. But Buster, ever vigilant, simply trotted faster, keeping his treasures safe from the hungry paws of his friends. He knew this was his responsibility. No matter how many times the neighborhood dogs tried, Buster never gave in. He wagged his tail and gave a friendly nod to his canine companions, but his resolve remained strong. He remembered his master's happy smile when lunch arrived perfectly intact. With each successful delivery, Buster felt a warm glow of pride in his chest, knowing he was doing a good job. His faithfulness was a beacon, shining brightly on his daily path. Yet, the tempting smell of the master's dinner was too much for the neighborhood dogs to ignore completely. They often gathered, tails drooping a little, discussing new plans to get a taste. One particularly sly afternoon, Spike, a small, scruffy terrier, whispered an idea to Bella, a sleek Doberman. She then shared it with Max, a large, shaggy sheepdog, who usually just wanted to play. This time, their plan was much bigger, involving all of them working together. The very next day, as Buster trotted cheerfully along, he noticed something different. Instead of a playful chase, all the neighborhood dogs were waiting for him. There was small Spike with his wiry black fur, sleek Bella with her pointy ears, and even large, shaggy Max, all standing together. Their eyes gleamed not just with mischief, but with a determined hunger. Buster, the medium-sized golden retriever, suddenly felt a shiver of nervousness run down his spine. Buster, who was a medium-sized golden retriever, tried to speed up, hoping to outrun the pack. He lowered his head, tightened his grip on the basket, and pumped his strong legs as fast as they could go. But the other dogs, led by the nimble Spike and the swift Bella, surrounded him like a playful whirlwind. Large Max, with his shaggy fur, gently blocked his path, nudging him to slow down. There seemed no clear path ahead. Finally, Buster, the very loyal medium-sized golden retriever, decided to stop. "What is all this about?" he barked, his voice steady but a little shaky. Small Spike, with his wiry black fur, and sleek Bella, with her shiny black fur, began to explain how unfair it was that Buster got all the delicious smells every day. Even large Max, with his floppy ears, added a soft whimper of agreement. Buster felt a pang of confusion, never having thought about it that way before. As the other dogs continued, they spoke with such convincing arguments, making Buster, the medium-sized golden retriever, feel a little foolish. Why always have to carry it alone, he thought, his ears drooping slightly. He started to doubt his important duty, wondering if they were right. This moment of doubt, listening to their persuasive barks, was his biggest mistake. Buster's focus on his mission began to waver, just for a moment, without even realizing it. Buster, the medium-sized golden retriever, let go of the wicker basket. Thump! The basket hit the soft grass with a gentle sound, and the lid bounced open. Oh, the delicious aroma burst forth, stronger than ever. The roasted meat, the sweet bread, the juicy fruits, all lay exposed. The other dogs gasped, their eyes wide with surprise and pure delight at the sudden feast before them. Buster, the medium-sized golden retriever, stared at the spilled dinner for a moment, a mix of shock and sadness washing over him. He knew he had failed his master. But then a thought sparked in his mind. If the dinner was already out, why should only the others enjoy it? With a swift movement, he quickly sniffed out the biggest, most succulent piece of roasted meat. His hunger, which he had fought for so long, finally won. He looked at Small Spike, with his wiry black fur, then at sleek Bella, with her shiny black fur, and finally at large, Shaggy Max. Buster, the medium-sized golden retriever, held the roast proudly in his mouth. "Very well," he barked, his voice now sounding much more cheerful. "You divide the rest of my master's dinner amongst yourselves, then." A little bit of mischief twinkled in his soft brown eyes. The other dogs, delighted, immediately began to nose around the basket. Soon, all the dogs were happily munching on pieces of delicious bread, sweet pastries, and savory meats. There were happy woofs and contented sighs as they savored the unexpected feast. Buster, the medium-sized golden retriever, finished his own large piece of juicy roast with great satisfaction. The shame of dropping the basket was quickly replaced by the joy of sharing, even if it wasn't quite what his master intended. It was a very full and happy moment for all the furry friends. Buster eventually learned a valuable lesson that sunny afternoon. He had been tempted and distracted, allowing his important duty to slip. However, he also realized that while it's good to be faithful, sometimes sharing a little kindness, even if by accident, can also bring unexpected joy to everyone. From then on, Buster made sure to deliver his master's dinner perfectly. But he also remembered the happy barks of his friends and the joy of a shared meal. It taught him to think carefully before making decisions and to be kind but firm in his responsibilities.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.